The story of how elacestrant was brought from bench to bedside is an incredible illustration of how research discoveries are brought to life in the clinic to make a difference for patients. But ESR1 gene mutations are not the only mutations that can be targeted with drugs. Dr. McDonald explained to us that there are other exciting advances in the field of drug development that are targeting other mutations in breast cancer.
The idea of actually targeting mutant proteins that is not that new, if you want. So it turns out that there are mutations in many proteins that give us constitutive activity. And one is PI3 kinase. Okay, if you have mutations in that enzyme, it's constitutively active, it drives the growth of the tumor, and PI3 kinase inhibitors have shown efficacy and are efficacious in patients with late-stage metastatic breast cancer. We still haven't quite got the right drug combinations yet, but they work. There are mutations in the EGF receptor, not in breast cancer, but in lung cancer. And again, we've developed drugs to target those. So I think that, and RAS is a classical one as well. The mutations in RAS that lead to activation, and they're targeted with specific molecules that only hit that mutation. So the nice thing about those is if they only hit the mutation and they hit the mutant protein, it is likely that the toxicities associated with those drugs are going to be considerably less. Because think about it, the mutant protein is a different protein. It's a different protein than the native protein.
Dr. McDonald mentioned one breast cancer gene mutation in particular, which is PI3 kinase, that's had some really exciting breakthroughs in the last couple of months. Capivasertib, or Truqap, was FDA approved in November for patients with advanced estrogen receptor positive, HER2 negative breast cancer with mutations to the PI3CA or PI3 kinase, AKT, or PTEN genes. We also heard some really exciting results from the INAVO 120 clinical trial at the 2023 San Antonio Breast Cancer Symposium, also known as SABCS, that found that a new drug called inavolisib can lead to a 15-month progression-free survival benefit compared to 7.3 months in the control group for people with estrogen receptor positive breast cancer with a PI3 kinase mutation. You can learn more about the results of the INAVO 120 trial in our last episode of Breast Cancer Breakthroughs, which covered highlights from the San Antonio Breast Cancer Symposium of December 2023.